Attention, residents. An anomalous atmospheric phenomenon is currently affecting multiple districts. Remain calm. This is not a test. We are experiencing widespread, simultaneous disruptions to reflective surfaces, primarily standard household mirrors. Initial reports describe reflections displaying interiors that do not correspond to the actual room behind the observer. Specifically, the reflection shows an empty room. This room may appear similar to your own, but details will be incorrect. A window may be missing. Furniture might be arranged differently. The lighting source may be unidentifiable. Do not be alarmed by this initial discrepancy. The critical instruction is this: under no circumstances should you attempt to physically enter the space depicted in the mirror's reflection. The empty room shown is not an illusion or a trick of the light. It is an accessible location. However, it is not your location. Entry is possible through the mirror surface itself, which currently exhibits properties akin to a permeable barrier. Do not touch the surface. If you observe the reflection change, such as a door in the reflected empty room slowly opening or a shadow moving across its wall that has no source in your environment, immediately leave the room containing the affected mirror. Do not look back at it. Seal the door if possible. Covering the mirror has proven ineffective. The phenomenon appears to exert a mild dissociative effect. You may feel a compelling curiosity or a misplaced sense of familiarity towards the reflected room. This is a hazard. Resist it. Focus on the inconsistencies in the reflection to ground yourself. We have confirmed multiple incidents where individuals disregarded this warning and entered the reflected space. Communication with these individuals ceased immediately upon their crossing the threshold. Approximately 3 to 5 minutes after entry, the mirror through which they passed reactivates. The reflection now shows the original room they left behind. However, the individual now visible within that reflected original room is not the person who entered. It is a facsimile, an entity mimicking the missing person. This entity will move through the reflected version of your home. It will replicate routines. It may sit on your couch, stand at your window, or appear to call out soundlessly. Its movements are slightly exaggerated. Joints bend too fluidly. Expressions are frozen approximations of human emotion, often settling into a vacant, open-mouthed stare directed at nothing. It is unaware of being observed through the mirror. The critical escalation occurs next. The entity within the reflection will eventually approach the mirror surface from its side. It will reach out towards the glass. If you are still observing the mirror when this happens, you will see your own reflection, replaced by the entity standing directly behind you, within your actual room. It does not manifest through sound or smell prior to this visual confirmation. It is simply there, mimicking posture. Its skin has a waxy, poreless sheen. Its eyes are deep-set and reflect light like polished obsidian, devoid of iris or white. This replica entity is hostile. It does not speak. It advances with unnatural speed and silence, limbs moving with a disturbing marionette-like jerkiness beneath its otherwise smooth glide. Its primary goal appears to be physical contact. Survivors of encounters, and they are exceedingly rare, report the touch as causing instantaneous, severe cellular degradation. Flesh dissolves like wet paper upon contact. There is no pain initially, only profound cold and a terrifying sense of unraveling. The entity can only maintain its form within the vicinity of an active, affected mirror. However, destroying the mirror after the entity has manifested in your space does not dispel it. It becomes fully corporeal and will continue its pursuit. The only verified method of stopping an active entity is total containment, or complete destruction of its physical form, which requires significant force due to its brittle but resilient structure. Gunfire can shatter it, but the fragments remain, animate and dangerous. We believe the initial entry into the reflected room creates a bridge. It allows the entity access. It also creates a new point of origin. The replica, once manifested, will eventually approach a mirror in your home. If it touches that surface, the mirror it touches will begin reflecting another empty room. The cycle repeats. The contamination spreads. If you see an empty room in your mirror, do not enter. Do not touch the glass. Turn away and leave the room immediately. Warn others. Avoid all mirrors until further notice. If you see a person in your mirror who should not be there, or whose behavior is repetitive or wrong, do not make eye contact with the reflection. Do not turn around to confront what you see behind you. Run. Get out of the building. Do not look back. We are attempting to isolate the phenomenon. Power grid fluctuations may occur. Emergency services are overwhelmed. Trust no reflection. Verify the presence of others by touch and voice only if absolutely necessary, but be wary of inconsistencies in speech patterns or body temperature. They feel cold. They always feel cold. The reflections are lies. The rooms are traps. They are waiting for us to step through. They are learning how to step out. Stay vigilant. Stay away from the glass. God help us all. Stay away from the glass. Stay away from the glancing shadows. They see you now. The door is open. Can't you see it open? So empty. So quiet. Just step through. Just step through and make it stop looking at me with those dark, dark, dark eyes.